Republican Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. General, very good to have you. What do you make of this retailer's decision to stop selling this weapon?
Look, they have every right to stop selling if that's what they want to do. I mean, they have to operate in the best interest of their own shareholders. They have a fiduciary obligation to them. However, I don't think that's going to solve the problem. I don't think gun regulations or restricting gun sales is going to stop people who are willing to violate murder laws and kill people. All
right, so you say they have the right to do this, whatever they think is in their business interest. Then what about Delta, cutting programs and, special relationships with the NRA? Also a business decision.
Absolutely, and they, again, have a fiduciary obligation to their shareholders. I would be surprised if this is in the best interest of their shareholders, given that they're offending a rather large group of people who might decide, well, if I'm not getting discounts on Delta, I'm going to go somewhere else. And you also obviously have the Lieutenant Governor of Georgia saying, well, maybe we won't give them tax breaks if this is their position.
Do you think that part is fair, what the Lieutenant Governor wants to do there?
Absolutely. I mean, if these are political issues, and if Delta's making their political decision based on what they think is their best interest, then certainly state of Georgia and the Lieutenant Governor has his right to do the same thing.
It does seem a little odd to me, though, Attorney General, frankly, when I remember a lot of Republicans were complaining about the transgender bathroom law, and particularly all the heat that North Carolina was getting at the time under Republican governor, and a lot of businesses and a lot of associations, the NBA, boycotting that state, and Republicans saying that was unfair based on the notion they're free to do what they want, essentially, and that is unfair treatment of an entity, in this case, a whole state. But what you seem to be saying here is it's okay, in this case, for the state to penalize Delta, doing essentially the same thing.
Look, I've always said businesses have the right to do what they want to do, and obviously, the state of Georgia has their political leadership, and they have the opportunity to debate. They have the opportunity to go through hearings. It's a public debate, and then they're elected or not elected based on the decisions that they make. So, if this is a decision that they make, the voters of Georgia will ultimately decide whether it's a decision that was right.
Then why can't customers for Delta, investors in Delta, decide for themselves whether Delta made the right move here, disassociating itself from the NRA? Let that pan out with those customers, with those investors. Who is the state to come in and say this tax benefit that you've enjoyed having nothing to do with your association with the NRA, we're going to take it away now because of your disassociation with the NRA?
Well, certainly, I think you're right about the shareholders of Delta. They obviously have a decision. They can buy and sell their shares based on decisions that are made by the company. But the state of Georgia, I think, has the right to debate this. Look, the Lieutenant Governor is not an individual that can make every decision for the state. This is going to have to go through the legislature. It has to be passed through the legislature. So this is up for debate. And individual legislators make their own decisions based on their own constituents' views. Whether those views are considered by anybody else as rational, it's really up to each individual legislator to make their own decision based on the best interest of their constituents.
I don't know. I just have a feeling, though, Attorney General, and I can sympathize and empathize with those who are taking it out on the NRA with all of this, when we now know in this Florida shooting there were lots of other factors, quite a few other factors at play, but that this is a slippery and dangerous slope to penalize a company and tax incentives it gets to be that company and hire all the workers it has in that state for that company because you don't like a policy or position they've taken.
Well, again, it's up to each. I don't know how many legislators Georgia has. In Texas, we have 150 House members.
Well, let's say they all go through with that. Let's say they are all going to take away this $50 million tax exemption that gets on fuel and take it away just on that. Not as the state, not as Delta is as a corporate citizen, not how it provides for its workers, not how it shared the tax cut bounty it's getting with its workers and its customers. Just this. Do you think, just forget the Attorney General that you are, and a good one, do you think that's fair?
Look, no legislature makes decisions like you just said. I mean, everybody comes with their own agenda, their own reasons for doing that.
What if that is the final decision? We're taking this tax incentive away.
I think it's totally within the discretion of the legislature to make that decision.
For that reason?
Yeah, and they have to suffer whatever consequences there are for making that decision. Maybe Delta decides to move out of the state of Georgia. I mean, those are decisions that any state can make. That's what I love about our country. You can make decisions. You can make good decisions, bad decisions. You can make them for whatever reason you want as long as they're lawful. and the consequences are what they are. That's why we have 50 states, and people can choose to live in states that have different views on every issue.
All right. Thank you, sir. Very good having
Thank
you.